Hello, everyone. My name is DJ Shorts. Welcome to the Upland Development United Business Meeting. This is the official YouTube channel and podcast for UDU. I'd like to welcome all the members that have made it to this meeting, and I encourage everyone to attend the next one if you're available. So I'd like to touch on the last week's meeting. It was really incredible response. We've had almost 200 views with no advertisement except word of mouth. So that's really amazing. Exponential growth. If you chart that growth, it's almost a line straight up. So very cool stuff there. With that, I'd like to go ahead and shout out all our new members. If I skip you or miss you, I apologize. It's not intentional. We've had a lot of new members, and also I haven't had a chance to ask everyone how they pronounce their name. So I apologize if I butcher it. I'm going to go ahead and run through the list here. And if anybody would like to comment or chip in after I get through this list, please feel free. So I'm just going to run through it. I have Buckinson, The Future Is Now, Drogo, Arawahu, Grumptown, Nimorin, Tig Biddy, Satoshi's View, The Drizzle 38, and Bird Bones from Nasty Hooks. So if anybody's here right now and they'd like to say hello, this is the time to do so. So I'll give everybody a chance to jump in.
Yeah, I just want to say happy to be here, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Yeah, well, happy to have you here. And as everyone knows, if you're part of UDU, you've already got the right mindset, and we know that you have the UDU material to make it happen. So, okay, moving along, we're going to be needing help with social media duties. This has been overwhelming growth, and it is a lot for a single person to keep up with. So we're going to be reaching out to key team members. And if anybody has anything in mind currently that they'd like to jump on, there's plenty of opportunities, an abundant amount of opportunities. So you can go ahead and DM myself or Ben or Venom or anybody that you'd like to work with. I know we need to get the Twitter going, and I'm working on YouTube videos and podcasts. And we also would like to build a Facebook presence. So if anybody has any insights there, we'd be happy to hear more about it. So moving on, I just want to touch briefly on what's going on in Upland currently. We've seen exponential growth. It's incredible. If you look at the charts, it's just straight to the moon. So San Francisco is just about to be sold out. Manhattan's just about to be sold out. There's exciting stuff happening, and this is incredible. So just to touch real quickly, I am running a contest currently. It's in the Club UDU server. So I've had a little bit less participation than I was expecting, but it's kind of a feeler, and there will be more contests to come. So just anybody has any other ideas or suggestions, all ears at this point. And that was kind of a trial. I know we've got the 2019 raffle that has had wonderful amount of participation. So it's good to see some things are working. Sometimes you just got to throw it out there and see what sticks. So there's a couple things that I'd like to say before we move on to Venom, but the things that I would like to focus on for us is with these meetings, I want them to be organized, interactive, and effective. And with that, little things make a big difference. I really want to focus on keeping things positive. Negative vibes are cancer. For me, negativity is intolerable, and it needs to be nipped in the bud immediately. So just keep things positive. We've had wonderful response, and I'm just making a statement there. So with that, I'd like to get some group feedback on this later. But my personal core values for this game are winning, transparency, and having a good time. So I'd like to build some core values for UDU. And I would like to have the participation of the entire community if that's possible. We want to work with the right people. We want people who have the right mindset. We don't want people who are here trying to rip people off. We want people here who are willing to put in the work and make the commitment. So with that being said, I want to respect everyone's time, and we want participation in this, but we also need fluidity. So keeping it moving here, we have some incredible news. So this guy came into the game right after me, and he's the only one to pass me on the leaderboard so far. As everyone knows, he just made a giant purchase in the game, the most expensive UPX building to date, the Chrysler building. He's also working on some other amazing stuff behind the scenes, and more of that's coming forward. And I'll let him go ahead and expand on that. So in Venom, do you want to tell everyone what's going on?
Yeah, so I think everybody's starting to get to know me in the community. We did a podcast that just dropped last night, which I recommend everybody go see. It's on the KCBC. It's Uplando's show, and I'll find a way to link it down in the bottom of this meeting. But anyways, that being said, what we kind of put together when we've been working on very hard is UP2.land. It's a property management companion app for Upland. We have a lot of different features and different aspects of that property management application that we're going to be putting in. Most of it is user feedback, meaning the community has come together. They've given us about 500 entries now. So we're at 500 entries into the giveaway, which part of that entry is for them to give us difficulties that they've had managing property in Upland. And what we're going to try to do is address every single one of them the best we can with the application. So it's important that even if you're not interested in the giveaway, but you are interested in the property management tools, that you guys get over to up2.land and enter in there and give us your opinion and tell us what you think about what can be done and what has been bothering you about Upland's property management side. All that being said, there's not too much more I can report on it at this time. We're in alpha currently. We will have some more information next week. I'm gonna hold off until next week before I start giving out some more detailed information, but I think I might be able to do some screenshots of what we have and kind of give everybody a little bit of a maybe, I don't know, screen share and show you guys a tiny bit of what we're doing. Not too much because I don't want to go too far into it yet. But all that being said, the Chrysler building was a purchase that I had talked to Ben about the night before. When it was time, I let Ben know. I said, "Hey Ben, I'm going to go do it." And I don't think he believed me. He just sent me a Rambo gift, and and I flew to New York and I bought it. And part of the reason why, and I just kind of reiterating from what I said in the podcast, part of the reason why is because I wanted to raise the bar. Bottom line, raise the bar both on the ceiling and on the floor. And I know that some people might say, "Oh no, don't raise the floor." Raising the floor is good for everybody, right? If you own property in Upland, if we raise the floor in any way, shape, or form, it's good for you because you're going to effectively raise your property is going to be worth more, right? So I'm excited about all that. I'm extremely excited about the Little Italy group that we got going on with that. Now they're working with us. I mean, all of it's almost too much to list as far as things happen every single day. We're getting updates and new news. Every single day we're getting news for you guys. So that being said, I appreciate all the feedback that we've gotten. I appreciate everybody in UDU. I think you guys are all awesome people, and I appreciate Little Italy, T Davis, BDAG, all those guys. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the future here. I'm going to keep minting until we can get San Francisco minted out. I want to work with everybody going forward, I think that we should start coordinating our plans on Oakland, because that's coming. I think 48 hours or less, we're going to be done with San Francisco. I haven't even looked at the numbers since I got back from my meeting this morning, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to be done. So that's going to be an interesting time within 48 hours. Who knows what the Upland team is going to do, right? So I'm excited about that. It's 2,362 left unminted. And that's not that much if you think about it, especially when I got a pocket full of epics. So all that being said, I'm going to hand it back to you guys. I'm always available. I'm looking forward to the future. And yeah, I'll have some more stuff next week for UP2.land. So stay tuned next week. It's going to be really, really good. I know you guys have been waiting. So I'll make the wait worth your while.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, Venom. Appreciate all the info and looking forward to what comes next. So that is really cool. So I've got a quote real quick I'd like to read here. Change the world by being yourself. That's Amy Poehler. That one kind of struck a chord with me. I think that resonates with all of the Uplanders, and I just wanted to throw that in there. And so we're going to go ahead and move over to Ben, and we're going to hear about the UDU expansion from Ben, and he is going to let us know how the rundown is going to go in the business and a residential area, and then he's got some more exciting stuff coming. So if you don't know, Ben is kind of the original mastermind behind UDU. He's kind of the one who put this all together originally. So he's done a ton of work behind the scenes, and he deserves a ton of credit for what he's done. It's actually really amazing. So big shout out to him and a big thank you. And yeah, Ben, do you want to go ahead and take it away?
Yeah, sure, mate. Thank you for that. Yeah, there's a few things I wanted to touch on because I missed a few things or forgot to expand on a few things in our last meeting. One of the things that has continued to come up is people seem to think that this is some kind of whale program, like almost like a pump and dump sort of situation, which we've been trying to get across that that's not the case at all. I'll try and offer some clarifying information on the UDU expansion ideas. Basically, what we're looking to do is create lots of mini co-ops and get all of those people together. I've certainly got no interest in trying to run 15 different things, but what we're really excited to see is small groups of players getting together, making their own kind of mini co-op, and then coming to us with a proposal and then coming on board. And we can help them in a large variety of ways. And we have seen that. We had one member reach out who had a bunch of people get together in Brooklyn, and they put a really smart proposal together and sent that through to us for consideration. Unfortunately, they don't quite yet have the numbers. We like to see at least 60% ownership in a neighborhood before we can kind of officially claim it as UDU. But they're going to keep working on that. And as I said, it's open to anybody. At its core, what UDU is all about is taking the relationships and like the communication aspect of the game right up to the next level or several levels above what it is now. It's nothing that hasn't already been going on. Like I've been in several group chats with different people. When there was the Spud Wars, there was a lot of stuff going on there. It's kind of like that, but just taking it right up to the next level. So as I said, it's UDU's open to absolutely anybody. You might not have the financial means to get involved at, say, MTU at the moment or BTU. However, you can work with a core group of members. You know, you build those relationships yourself and you work on that. And then, or you can reach out to us at any point and say, look, this is what I'm trying to do. And yeah, sure, we'll do whatever we can to assist you. So yeah, it's really about supporting community engagement and building those relationships. Other than that, I think we're starting to get the message across, and people are kind of getting a better idea. I mean, we have kind of exploded onto the scene, So it is a lot for everybody to take on board. And to be honest, it's a lot for us to take on board because everything's snowballing so quickly, as Venom said. It's like I've only just woke up myself and, looking at my DM list and I've got a heap of stuff to catch up on. But other than that, I wanted to touch on our UDU server. We did make the decision to go through and tighten that up a little bit. As I mentioned in the last video, we have some UDU members who they're kind of committed hodlers, not necessarily committed to UDU directly. So we have gone through and just tightened that up a bit. So apologies if you were one of the people that were culled out of the group. If you want to reach out to me personally and sort something out or discuss that, please do so. And getting to, as everyone knows, my focus is on the MTU, the Midtown Terrace United, and a quick rundown on the RA, the residential area. We only have 3 sets of 3 properties remaining, so it's almost gone, and those have increased up to 150K each buy-in. So there's 3 sets of 3 there, and then there's one slightly larger set. So there's one more set of 3 that I'm going to hold that off, and that'll be available as a 200,000 UPEX buy-in. So there's really only 12 properties left in the RA. The overall floor at the moment is about 170,000 UPEX. There's a few properties sitting there that we've kind of just let sit for a while, but I imagine they'll eventually be gobbled up as well. And yeah, I think all of us who are in the MTU RA or in the BTU RA, we're just keen to get property development going. Let's just get this happening. And one thing I should touch on too is I have asked the question in our business area chat with the team about the placement of buildings once property development kicks off. With outdoor decor, it's going to be a bit tricky where I think a lot of people, when we did the spud wars and that, you just put your building by default in the center of your property. Please, before you start building properties, because we know that once Spark comes along, it's going to be a much more involved process. And it's not going to be something you can just demolish and redo again, and you're just going to waste a bunch of time and Spark that way. Think carefully about where you place your buildings. If your building is placed right in the center of your property, it may be that you don't have room in your backyard to place an outdoor decor piece or something like that. We're still waiting on clarification on that. If it was the case that you could move your building forward, once you want to put an outdoor decor in, great, but I don't think that's the way it's going to happen. I think once your building's built, it's there to stay. So personally, I'll be trying to copy real life as much as possible. In Australia, at least, most of the properties are placed pretty far forward to maximize your backyard area, which is going to be important if you want to put like outdoor decors like a pool or, I don't know, big garden or something like that in. So it's just something to keep in mind. As for the MTU BA, the business area, we're still in ongoing discussions with a group of additional businesses to move in. Other than that, we're just in a holding pattern. We still can't place Crypto Jedi in yet because we're still waiting on a bunch of answers from the team. And to be honest, I'm not expecting much to happen there because, as you know, San Francisco is about to sell out. I'm sure the team's flat out getting Oakland squared away. So their priorities might have shifted for the short term. So that's just in a holding pattern at the moment. And that's about it for the MTU. Not a lot happening there other than we're getting some new members in still. The other big thing I wanted to talk about was I reached out to the Nasty Hooks guys. If you've seen any of their stuff, like the Brooklyn Burn videos, I must have watched those 100 times. I just think they're fantastic. Or the UPEX Man. Definitely check them out on SoundCloud if you can. I've commissioned them to do our theme song, and that'll be a part of like our podcast and everything like that. Some of the stuff that I gave them as inspiration should mean we end up with something quite interesting, I think. And so looking forward to them. And as DJ mentioned, they actually came on board and they're set up ready to go in the MTU as well. What else we got? Lone Mountain. So we knew that the numbers were going to be close. We decided to have a go. Thank you to all the members that did do what they could to help us out there. There's still a very good possibility that that will become an NDN. And I'm hoping that some members who are not currently in the UDU, some members that are in Lone Mountain, some players, that they will come on over to us, and that'll give us the numbers to claim that and move forward to get that going as well. Now, what would be the LMU, the Lone Mountain United, that would be almost placed in a bit of a holding pattern. Obviously, we want to get MTU built out as soon as we can in the residential area, and also there's the BTU. But it'll be good moving forward to have that almost in reserve. As we've talked about constantly, this is a long-term play. This is not something where, this is not a short-term goal. So we'll build out the MTU, we'll build out the BTU, and that might take a year. But imagine the value of those Lone Mountain properties in a year's time when a large section of San Francisco has been built out. I imagine there'd be immense interest in that moving forward. And the last bit that I wanted to touch on, just to expand on a bit more, was for me, what was just, aside from the Chrysler building purchase, which was epic, was the merger is not the right word, but the partnership with Little Italy and the formation of Little Italy United. Super proud for all that work to have paid off. It was kind of something that had been kicking around in my head from the first moment that I came up with the concept of the neighborhood nodes. But it was almost one of those things where, I was a bit shy to ask the pretty girl out for a date sort of thing, I didn't know how to approach it. So I kind of just dropped some hints to TD, and he didn't say no straight away. So I jumped on it. I sent Screw a message almost immediately, and Screw, you're amazing, mate. Within 10, 15 minutes, he had the artwork back ready to send off, and, really happy to have all of those guys and girls on board. They're a fantastic team, really cohesive. They really know how to look after each other and, support each other. And that's what we're all about too. So I'm really excited to see where that's going to go. So other than that, that's all I wanted to say. Oh, I just wanted to thank DJ also for taking on the role of the puppet master almost for our meetings and stuff. 5 o'clock in the morning here, I just woke up. So all of that stuff helps out immensely. So thank you for that, DJ. And other than that, great to have everyone on board. Look at the user list that's in this meeting now. It's fantastic. Can't wait to get to know everybody better. And let's do this.
Absolutely. Thanks for the shout out, Ben, and great stuff there. Really just incredible. So
EJ, if I could real quick, just real
Yes.
quick. Okay, so you guys, our lead programmer for UP2.land was in the meeting. He had to leave. The funny thing that's kind of happened with this whole thing is that he's actually become a fan of the UDU. He watches all the stuff now, and
All right. Good afternoon.
Yeah, he's excited. So all that being said, he's going to be in the next meeting for sure, and he'll be sharing some key details with us as well. So I'm excited about that.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. I was just going to get to that. Thanks for jumping in and clarifying. That's perfect. That's exciting. I'm looking forward to next week.
I feel like, yes.
Okay, so I guess this is the perfect time to move forward and look into what's coming for next week. So a couple things that I would like to discuss.
Managers, maybe, you or Tim, who have a lot of direct contacts.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But
Hang on.
Right.
Yeah. Can you mute your microphone,
Yep.
please? Yeah.
good afternoon.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, so moving forward, I'd like to talk about the week ahead in Upland and what our plans are. And as I alluded to earlier, my core values are winning, transparency, and having a good time. With that being said, transparency is a big one for me. I think the best way to succeed is to get people on your team, as is evidence with UDU. We are winning, we are transparent, and we are having a good time. So as far as I'm concerned, all the boxes are checked. I'd like to come up with UDU core values. If it happens to be those three, so be it. I'd like that to be a community discussion. And then another thing that I want to open up here is any potential plans for Oakland, and looking forward to the future and beyond that. And other than that, I'd like to open it up for discussion for anyone who has anything that they'd like to question, add, comment, anything.
Real quickly, this is Uplando. The interview that I did with Envenom is in the chat, so the link is there. It's also in Discord. You'll find it there on the community section, projects, things of that nature. So thanks for the support, and you can watch that interview and what was coming up new.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of good information there. I mean, it's a lot of good information about the UDU. There's a lot of good information about UP2.land and Little Italy and all that stuff. So it's definitely a good watch. I mean, it's about 30 minutes long, but it's worth it.
I watched it last night. It was great. I was loving it.
I know DJ texted me while he was watching it, and I got like, yeah, you know. So I mean, I hope that the passion that we all have, I was trying to convey that, you know, because that's how we are when we're in our, you know, when we're in our chat and we're, you know, buying out stuff. We have passion. There's a definite passion for the game, for all aspects of it, and we love hard, we play hard. You know what I mean? So all that being said, it's kind of a, I try to convey that, and I think it actually did come off really well. Me and Uplando have a pretty good chemistry together, so it worked out good. I liked it a lot. Please check it out.
I think it kind of fit into our unofficial team motto very well. I'm not sure that everybody knows what that is. Venom and DJ and I, we kick that around a bit. It's our unofficial motto is, we might not be wearing suits, but we mean effing business. So maybe DJ, maybe with what you're talking about, maybe we need to work on an official motto, something that's might be a bit more family friendly.
I think
I
that's
like
great.
we mean
I
effing
definitely want our
business.
unofficial one on a t-shirt. That is happening for sure.
Yeah, I like we mean effing business, because that's the truth. We really do. Anybody
Don't
that's
give the F word.
yeah, well, effing, I'm just gonna put it as an F, but it's we mean business, and anybody that's got any ideas otherwise, it's definitely going to be readily apparent. So
Follow the trail of blue.
the trail of blue, that's what you're going to see when you see UDU. It's going to be a trail of blue, you know what I mean? While we're tearing through Minton, Oakland, it's just, you know, it's going to be wonderful. I'm looking forward to it, guys.
I'm so excited. There's going to be so many great things happening. Anybody who's here now and is listening now, congratulations. You are on the #1 team in Upland, and that is not going to change anytime soon.
And speaking of that, I think we missed NFT Ian in the shout out at the start, and I see he's on now. So cheers, brother.
Thanks for catching that, Ben.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad to be here, guys.
There he is. Thank you so much, man.
Of course.
Was there anybody else that we missed? I've been trying to keep an eye on it.
I'm sure we missed somebody, but we'll catch up with it.
Yeah. If we missed you, please let one of us know. And it was unintentional. Please don't think that it was intentional. So just let somebody know, please. Is there anybody else? Has anybody want to jump in here?
Brian, are you available to have a quick rundown from the LI side?
I don't know that there's a whole lot to share on our end. We are sort of waiting for businesses to come online and understand how that's going to work.
Right.
Brian, are you comfortable with using the UDU branding over there in Little Italy, or how is that going to work? Would you mind expanding just a bit?
Yeah, we talked about that internally, and certainly the co-branding is something that we intend to do.
Awesome. Perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm excited. That's a huge partnership. I think it's a win-win. It's a win-win-win. Everybody wins there. So very cool stuff. Thank you for that. Do we have anybody else who would like to chime in, or is there anything else we need to talk about? Ben, Venom, you guys have any last thoughts?
I think Tim's looking to have a chat.
Yeah, I'm antsy right here on the edge of my seat. I just wanted to quickly say I'm happy to help out with social media in any way. I've actually done that for my job for a long time on LinkedIn, which is not going to be the right channel, but happy to help out in any way that I can.
Perfect. Thank you for that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Finsky's come on board to help manage the Twitter account, and Morchis, who isn't here today, she's going to help out with the Facebook account. But yeah, if anybody has any other ideas for getting branding out, whether it's, maybe setting up I don't know, what else would be relevant? I'm not sure. Facebook, Twitter, they're the obvious ones.
I was bouncing around with a TikTok
Snapchat.
and, there's a couple other ones, but I think we're going to have to focus for now.
Yeah. So if somebody has an idea of what they want to do and they want to jump on board and grab that, yeah, reach out and we can definitely get that hooked up.
Yeah, I would say Instagram is definitely the exposure that you can get organically is definitely better. And also just like the way in which certain things are pitched in terms of having like real life stories sort of entwined in the whole, what we're offering is the key to actually we'll call it the secret sauce. So again, I'm happy to help in any way. It's kind of right up my alley.
Tim, what's your in-game name?
Animated.
Nice, buddy. But isn't TikTok just for kids, or do you think? I think that the average age for Upland is pretty high. So should we go on TikTok?
I think TikTok has kind of evolved over. I mean, maybe it did kind of start that way, but there's a lot of people. I mean, it's kind of one of the holy trinity now. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is kind of there. So yeah, I'd be interested in at least exploring that idea. I think any exposure is good exposure. So if we can get it out there to anybody, to the world, that's a great thing, Tim. Thank you, man. We'll look into it.
Yeah, and if anybody else has any ideas and they can't say it right now for whatever reason, please reach out on Discord. We're all available. We're open, we're transparent, and we're just trying to figure out what the best things to do are right now. So please reach out if you have any good ideas. Crypto Jedi, I can see you there. What's going on, man?
What's up, my man? What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Glad to be here. I thought it was tomorrow, but Ben hit me up and let me know, so I came a little late, but glad to be here. I'm liking everything I'm hearing. I'm all about winning, all about participating and the good vibes, so I'm digging that. I'd like to suggest possibly being inclusive or promoting unity, because the more people we have together, the more powerful and the more resources and things we can we'll be united. So I mean, being united is definitely a key factor of everything we're bringing here together. So I mean, that's just something that came to mind, but definitely like the group we have going on and the energy and the vibes, and I'm all about some effing business. So let's get it.
If I could just expand on what CJ said there as well, is it's those positive vibes. I know for myself, I've had to work on biting my tongue a bit and not getting myself involved in stupid things that I don't need to be getting myself involved in. So, if anything does kick off, just be aware that you are a representative of something that's larger than yourself, and yeah, just try and keep it positive. If at any stage, you can reach out to Venom, DJ, and myself. I know there's been a few times where I've written a message and I've just put the phone down for a minute, gone and playing with the kids, and I've come back and just deleted it. It's not worth it. We're all about looking forward, moving forward, staying positive. Because, to be fair, we have a lot of people. It's going to get bigger, and it could go south very quickly. It could go south very super quickly, and we don't want to see that. I certainly don't want to get myself involved in wasting my time trying to manage all that sort of stuff. So yeah, keep it positive. But like I said, if any issues come up, reach out to somebody, have a chat. Let's keep it positive. Let's move forward, and let's do this thing.
That's what I'm talking about. There's going to be too much winning going on for us to be negative,
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
Hey guys, just quickly, I was thinking, and this probably is already being thought because you guys are like super far ahead of all of us. Are you planning on potentially minting NFTs as validation of ownership for these co-ops in the future?
Yeah, that's something we'll definitely explore. We've got our man D Lit one. He's kind of our official NFT man. But yeah, that's definitely something we will explore, and it's something that the Lily crew has done well. I know T Davis has done that with several different projects he's worked on. So, and that's one of the ways that they can help us out, advising us in that respect. But yeah, there's definitely a whole bunch of plans like that. NFT series. I know Venom was working on one. It's just a case of time. So if somebody else can jump on board and work with other players to get that kicked off, anything like that's going to help.
Yeah, one thing that we've talked about in the past, and it's been said in the other meeting, and I just want to reiterate it, is that we with a group like this, obviously the good ideas are flying everywhere. It's just we're going to be bouncing off of each other, and that's great. It's promoted. We want that to happen, but we also don't want to lose sight of the things that are important and the priorities, right? So I don't mind us getting whatever we got to do, and I'm not shooting down what you were saying at all. I'm just saying that let's all keep a good head on our shoulders and try to move the train forward, because we could get lost in the idea bubble really quick, and then stuff will just not be happening as efficiently. But I'm not opposed to the NFT. I think that's a great idea. That's actually something that we've talked about. It's just a matter of implementation. So like Ben said, I think if we get with T Davis, that should be something we could probably do pretty quick.
Yep. Maybe we can work on, I'll set up a channel in the server that's just I don't know, the brain fart channel or something like that. Something that's just read only, that just has a list of stuff. And if somebody comes on board, they can have a look through that list, and that might match their skill set, and we'll just associate their name with that. Because we've seen that Team Upland has kind of suffered from that feature creep almost, where there's so many ideas coming from the members. I'm sure they have so many ideas internally, and like Venom said, you can get caught up in ideas, and you turn around and look back and there's nothing actually been achieved. So I'll work on setting that up.
Paralysis by analysis. That's what that's called.
Yep, exactly. No, and like I said, I'm not discouraging anybody from giving ideas. I'm just saying I want to make sure that we're all moving forward, and so far so good. It's one of those things. As long as we're all aware of it and we all know it, then I think we'll be fine. Everybody's good with that.
Yeah, I mean, we have an amazing group here. It's hard sometimes. I need to take a step back and look at what we've put together so quickly. This is really incredible. We have so many talented people, so many smart people, so many people who see the vision, which to me is huge. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this happen so quickly not in my life. I haven't seen it happen in front of my eyes, not like this.
And we ain't seen nothing yet. I know that Venom's working on something that's going to be huge with another member. as you can imagine, I'm working on several things at once, and it's just at the moment it's just bang, 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 and I expect that's likely to continue for a while. But it is a bit of a honeymoon period, but we'll ride it out. And there will be times where I can't give as much time and effort as I'd like to. I'm sure Venom will be the same, and everybody will be the same. But as DJ said, we've got that many talented people on board that we're going to be easily able to ride over those humps or challenges. And somebody else will always be available to step in and pick up the slack.
Yeah, I just remembered something when you were talking there, Ben. So for the new members, and I saw it in chat earlier, Firebird is the holder of the Google Doc where we put in all of our, it's almost just kind of like a skills a resume type thing. It's a couple of questions long, but you tell them, what your skills are, what you kind of can offer, and how much time you're willing to offer the group. And it just kind of gives us a better idea, so we know what soldiers are out on the battlefield. If Tim is good with social media or somebody's good here or there, if we don't know that, then we can't implement it. So please get with Firebird and fill that out, please. That would really help us in determining, who to put where on certain tasks and items. So.
Great point. Yeah, well said. Thank you. I forgot to mention that. I meant to bring that up earlier, actually. So thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah, I filled it out. It's an easy questionnaire. I know it's somewhere in Discord right now. I'm sure we can spread it out and make it easy to find again. So
it's in chat right now.
Beautiful. Yes. Is there anybody else out there right now who wants to jump in? We have anybody who's got something to add?
Yeah,
Last little
should
bit.
we do? Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah, should we do a separate meeting to talk Oakland strategy? Because I saw on chat that there is already an API for the city in UPX world, so it's probably coming.
I think we can talk about that in Discord. We can chat offline about that. I think there's going to be so many ideas bouncing around, and we don't have a clear a layout of what's going to happen. So yeah, definitely lots of conversations to come on that. Novix, what's up, man?
Yeah, I was just trying to jump in on that one because right now we don't know. Well, we know the neighborhoods because they basically grabbed the same data set again. So that's pretty easy to fill in, but we don't know how much each UP2 will cost per neighborhood, how many FSA will be in some hoods, because it will be a 50-50 city again, like Brooklyn. So right now it's very hard to make a good strategy.
Yeah, I think as a general overview of how that will play out is we will discuss options openly in our chat. I imagine it'll be, it might be DJ or Venom or whoever. We might look at the numbers a bit more in depth of those options. And it's likely to be a case on the day where we don't drop what the target we're actually going to go for until right before it kicks off. It'll be kind of almost like how Lone Mountain played out, where we discussed, is it going to happen? What's going to happen? And then it was a matter of, okay, go. And then we all race over. But there's so many unknowns. Is it going to be unlocked in stages like Brooklyn? Well, that's going to throw us way out, as Nuvix mentioned. If there's a whole bunch of FSAs, that's going to throw us out. And I should mention, if you have relationships with other FSA players, now's the time to kind of get them on board. They will be very important. Regardless what happens, they're going to be important. And I can see there's several members in chat now in this group that I worked with as FSA players, and building those relationships from that core level, it's really important. I know when I started, there was nobody helped me, but that can make a huge difference to a player. So yeah, if you have an FSA person you know or who's interested in getting in on the game, yep, let's start working on that as well. But for the Oakland strategy, yeah, we'll work on that internally and see what our options are. We're kind of all a bit up in the air at the moment, and I'm just trying to scramble back some liquidity. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. But yeah, get set.
And that's a great point, Ben. I just want to touch on that. I don't want to skip over that. At the beginning, when I first got into Upland, I was making every mistake you could possibly make. I was buying marked up properties that were too high. I was traveling just to travel. I didn't know what I was doing. And I reached out to Ben and he helped me out a ton. And I was able to make the decision to jump in heavily. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without somebody's help. So that's huge right there. I think that's very important. So thank you, Ben.
I want to touch on that real quick too. As far as us, like when I say us, I'm talking about myself, Ben, or DJ, or anybody else in the chat, or any UDU member. We're all adults here, right? We're not going to make a decision that we can't handle ourselves or whatever. I would hate to see somebody feeling or saying that, oh, well, these guys told me to invest here and I shouldn't have done it or something like that. Like we expect you guys to invest where you want to invest. We can recommend to you guys where to invest, but it's not something that we're telling you to do or any of that. So I just want to kind of put that out there that we'll recommend to you guys, but don't take it as the word. You know, if you guys make your own decisions for yourself, you know, I just feel that due to some conversations that were had, that I think that needed to be said. So
yeah, that kind of kicked off a little bit with the Lone Mountain play. Yeah, please play within your means. If you're not able to get involved in that particular target, you know, it's not a bad reflection on you or your commitment to the UDU. Just do what you can. If you can get involved, great. If you need to sit this one out and because you're working on something else or it doesn't even have to be goals associated with the UDU, you might be working towards trying to secure a collection or something like that, you know. Yeah, there's no pressure whatsoever from our end.
I have a follow-up question to the FSA recruitment strategy. Are they actually going to become members as in like a different almost tier of the UDU, or are they just like sort of an outside agent of the organization?
That'd be almost mercenaries if you want to look at it that way.
Okay.
It would depend on them. They might be, obviously we're going to look after them in the financial aspect and make sure we do the right thing by them. That's on them. If an FSA player wants to come on and that's the only thing they want to do that's involved with the UDU, that's fine. If they want to work towards more involvement, that's great. It's really up to those players themselves. But just saying that you're going to help us out, that doesn't equate to you're in the UDU. There is a process.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and then I just had one other thought I wanted to harp on real quick for anybody who still thinks that we are a group of whales trying to pump our own bags. I hope that this is massively clear now that that is not the case. I can't think of a way that we can be more transparent than this. We've invited everyone in, all players of all levels. We've given opportunities to. We've told everyone exactly what we're doing, exactly what we're doing, when we're doing it. And if anybody has any way to be more transparent than we already are, I'm all ears. Please let me know. I encourage it, and I think it's the best thing for everyone. So.
One thing that I've just remembered based on my talk with Tim yesterday that would probably help in that regard is, and I know DJ and you, Luga, and a few other people have done, and Venom obviously have done community-based competitions. If there was somebody that wanted to take like that aspect of our group on board a bit more, like to run that, help DJ run his server with that sort of thing, like I think having a little bit often is better than you know, a couple of big ones here or there. So if there was a member that wanted to jump in and help with that, they don't have to fund that themselves. Obviously, we look after that side of things, but it's the time that it takes to manage all that. So if we could get somebody on board that could really pick the ball up with that and run with it, that would be extremely helpful.
DJ, let's touch base after the meeting, because I think that goes hand in hand with social media.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Looking
All right.
forward to it.
What was it? Sorry, what was it you were needing help with? I missed the first part of that.
I was just saying to help with like community engagement as far as like competitions and that sort of thing, whether it's giving away properties or, you know, UpX prizes or whatnot.
Okay. Well, I'll get with DJ because I'm looking to do something with that with my business, you know, really do some outreach. So I'll get with DJ with that.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I think that's huge, to be able to do some outreach to the community. That's you know, something where we can give back. That's a big part for me, and I'll get with DJ as well on that. I think that if we can all collectively give something back to the community, and I don't know how. I mean, one thing, you know, I mean, I'll try to find ways to give back. I really would like to do that. So, absolutely.
Thanks, guys. That's awesome. I appreciate all that. I'll be around all day. Okay. Is there any final thoughts anyone has here? We're coming up to an hour, almost there. Anybody else want to jump in?
How about you, Screw? Do you want to have a chat about what you're working on with artwork, or? I don't actually know if Screw's alive. He looks like a bit of a robot there. Screw, how you going, man? Yeah. Did you want to have a chat about what you're working on, or are you good? I think he's good, but yeah, he's shown me some of the things that he's working on for the merchandise stuff, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Can't wait.
His mic is muted. It looks like he's trying to speak, but his microphone is off.
I think he's just in chat.
Oh,
DJ, you can go up by his name, and there's the little dots there. You can ask him to unmute.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I'm working on it. I sent it to him. See you.
That's all good. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to have a chat.
Okay. Doesn't look like he's seeing the notification or doesn't have his mic on or something. Okay.
Oh, DJ, did you want to have a quick chat about the other potential meeting ideas we're kicking around as far as the podcast and that sort of thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good idea. Yeah. So
just as a final wrap up.
Perfect. So to touch on that, my plan moving forward here is to turn, and this is collaborating with Ben and Venom and everybody, to turn this into a podcast and a YouTube channel to try to promote brand awareness. And we're going to try and get it out to the other social media. That's what we were trying to allude to earlier. Can you add anything there, Ben?
Yeah, just that we are going to set up multiple meetings per week. Like obviously there will be our regular business meeting, shall we say, but we'd like to do like a casual drop in and hang out, you know. If you're available, drop in, hang out, play Upland, a much more casual vibe. I think that could be quite fun if we set that up as something regular. And also we're looking to set up a kind of an interview one. So it might be like a spotlight on certain members, that sort of thing. So yeah, keep your eye out, get involved if you can with that sort of stuff as well.
Cool. Yeah, I don't have my notes here for the rest of that stuff, so I'm just going to save it for next week.
All good.
Okay, well, I guess this is time to wrap it up, unless there's one more, any last call. No takers?
I just want to say,
there you go.
I just want to say, everybody, that it's Uplando here. The term is called ladies and gentlemen. And I think that we should all observe that in your actions and how you progress forward in the game. When you're talking with other players, competition gets heated, but we all need to reserve our demeanor. And the other thing is diversity. So we are about having any and everybody in. So please, members from other countries, members that are multilingual, and anybody that wants to share in that and able to have those talents and those skill sets applied, we appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Great point there. That is huge. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, well, I guess this is time to wrap this video up. Thank you for participating in the second ever Upland Development United meeting. We're going to make this a regular thing, and it's going to be the same time every week moving forward. So if you weren't able to catch this one live, make sure you're here next time. It's going to be on YouTube. We're going to get it on Spotify. We're going to blast it everywhere. We're working on it. So give us a chance here to get it out there everywhere it needs to be. And yeah, everyone, thank you for being here, and see you in Upland. Catch you in the next one.